落ちてゆくがいい。惑い乱れて砕け散れ。
Alright, what's going on, guys? WeBull is back again, coming at you with a should you summon on this banner. And honestly, I've been thinking about it because this is, in my opinion, a pretty good value banner. I think that the fillers are a little bit more valuable than the anniversary banner that we got, just simply because a lot of these are premium pool, and if they're not premium pool, they're seasonal. And seasonal characters nowadays are literally just premium pool units that aren't able to be pulled from BBS tickets. Like I feel like these seasonal characters are in almost every single banner nowadays. Like even if I go into the individuals, you'll see here Desert Society, right? You have the Ginzuru over there. You have the Oriental Society Nell, and then here you have Momo. So like when it comes to these seasonal banners, I don't even consider them really. I don't consider them as limited as Can For Your Own World or 1,000-Year Blood War, even though 1,000-Year Blood War is not coming back. Anyways, let's just get right into it. Obviously, we do have Aizen's banner, who's here for another day and a half as of the recording of this video. And we do have 5th anniversary Ichigo and Byakuya. And Aizen, Ichigo, and Byakuya, in my opinion, are actually, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, I think that they're about as strong as the Shun Sui Jushiro Yamamoto banner that's coming out, though Yamamoto is more PvP centric. Jushiro, in my opinion, is one of the best auto units in the entire game. Shun Sui is a link slot potion unit, and he is, in my opinion, I don't think he's better than Kisuke, because Kisuke literally autos like without question, but Shun Sui is going to be the carry that you want. He's going to be able to speed clear relatively easily, and he's going to be able to crowd control the enemies so that Kisuke's can auto significantly easier and just have free reign, because Kisuke doesn't have poise, so they are going to be slowed down just a little bit if you're running for Kisuke's sometimes. Some Kisuke slap the hell out of everything, but let's be real here, when you're carrying and they're using non-link slotted Kisuke's because they're bad at the game, then you end up having the little problem where runs just end up taking too long. Going into this banner, you'll see here that we actually have access to the Can For Your Own World Kisuke banner, Bankai Shinji banner, and the Can For Your Own World Kimpachi banner. Now, honestly, most of these characters are actually pretty good, though there are some misses. I'm not gonna lie, there are gonna be some misses. Kisuke, in my opinion, is one of those hits. Berserker 40%, no status ailments, chance to insta-kill on his ultimate. He does have a charge skill, and he is a no affiliation killer with an enhanced strong attack recharge link. The problem with this character is that he's not really all that worth talking about, just because even though he does have a pretty good kit, he falters just because he doesn't have Havoc. He came out as a mid-month character on February, right after the Machine Society Round 1 banner. We have 2500 length beam, the 800 AoE circle, very good first and second strong attack, but without Havoc you don't get the 3k, you don't get the 960, and then over here you have a 750 900, and this is not an AoE distance, so this is going to be around you, so you're going to have to put yourself in harm's way and get either get rewarded for charging your third or get horribly gangbanged. Next on the list we have Nell, Soul Reaper Killer, Guard Break, Paralysis and Poison Immunity, Devastation 60%. She does get 40% Berserker. Going into her actual kit, we do have the Soul Reaper Killer, and her first strong attack is actually the 40% range collision. This first strong attack is actually getting better with time, thanks to hardware content like IT, where characters aren't able to one-shot enemies, especially if they're not max transcended. If you're max transcended, this first strong attack might be able to one-shot an enemy, but like being able to get all the damage from this first strong attack is actually super helpful. She does have a 2500 length beam as her second strong attack, and she does have the 975 AoE distant third strong attack. But just like Kisuke, they kind of skunked her by not giving her Havoc. Same goes for Halabel. Now Halabel, if I remember correctly, got the 18% disappointing first strong attack. Her second strong attack is the 800 AoE, and then the full screen third, but the damage has been done. This first strong attack is absolute doo-doo. It's exactly why Gremmy ended up becoming like complete fodder to someone like Candace, because even though they have the same killer, the same second strong attack, the same third strong attack, that first strong attack literally just causes, it costs you the game. It really does. So she does have Guard Break, which kind of helps, but honestly, just Koga does her job a lot better. He might hit a bit weaker, but he has the range and the he just does her job better, unfortunately. Loopy, pretty good if you have a max transcended. Aside from that, I wouldn't really consider him worth talking about. Halabel a little less than Loopy, which is kind of funny. Let's see Loopy's kit, because it's been a long time. Let's just check the similarities. First strong attack is going to be the 18% magnification. First strong attack, kind of dog water, so literally like Halabel's first. Second strong attack is going to be, this should be the SA1, is the 750, so this is going to be the same as Bankai Shuhei's. And then the third strong attack is a standard full screen third. Okay, the second and the third strong attack are okay, but the first strong attack literally is just like, At least he has Havoc, so I think it's a little bit better than Halabel, to be honest. Shun Sui, probably one of my favorite characters to be released last year. Unfortunately, he has no affiliation killer. I kind of wish that they gave him a bit more. You'll see here that he does get damage to lacerated enemies plus 40%, and he gets devastation 40%. Since he guarantees lacerate with his special, and he does have debilitator, you're actually getting a little bit more value from that lacerate. It's kind of like you're getting devastation 88% because you're going to multiply the devastation into the lacerate, right? The Berserker plus 20%, and he also has one of the best kits in the entire game. His first strong attack is going to be a standard lunge. His second strong attack is the 750, but his third strong attack is that 1170. So the second strong attack, same as Bankai Shuhei, same as Arpa Kichigo's first strong attack. Third strong attack is the same as Kirinji, Bankai Hikone, as well as Bankai Transforming Ichigo, though Transforming Ichigo doesn't have Havoc. So overall, not a bad kit in my opinion. Yeah, he's just dope, and his special looks cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little biased. I do like Shun Sui. And next on the list, Cenos is one of the best healers in the entire game. He has a heal barrier, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, Berserker 40%, Guard Break, Medic on his heal. He has an Arankar killer, but his issue really just stems from the fact that he does have the 40% range collision magnification. Not a bad first strong attack. It's really good for protecting himself. Like, I think that this character is really good at protecting himself. I think he has Bankai Hikone's second strong attack where it vacuums in, pushes back, and he has a beyond full screen 1200 radius third strong attack. So pretty much full screen. My big issue with him really is that there's really no space for healers in this game at the time of recording. K-Lab has given us harder content, but with the harder content, they're giving characters that one-shot your units unless you're max transcended or you decided to invest in their stamina instead of actually dealing more damage, which you're trying to clear this game as fast as possible, or each run as fast as possible, right? So unfortunately, as of right now, I feel like heals are a little bit lackluster. The barriers, though, for content like epic raids, IT, etc., actually can be incredibly helpful. I do like Sanosuke as a one-of in the party, but just a one-of. I kind of wish that he had a boost barrier. I think that would be significantly better than a heal barrier. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Kimpachi, literally all you need to know is that he is the unit to get carried with in Inheritance Zone. He gives you potions. That's all he's good for. If you have a max transcended, feel free to use him in PvP. He's not bad in PvP, but if you have a max transcended. Grimjaw, one of the best NAD units in the entire game for heart. Damage reduction minus 20%. Flurry, guard break, hit an enemy 100% chance. Poise, sprinter +1, bruiser 40%. With damage reduction 20%. He has Soul Reaper Killer, and he is one of the fastest auto units in the entire game. I actually like him more than Tokinata if you have the same amount of dupes. Only if you're using this Grimjaw for autoing, just because melee units do clear quicker, their AI is less prone to being stupid. Same thing with Yamamoto. I think Yamamoto doesn't have guard break. Yamamoto doesn't have guard break? That's sad. Next up the list, probably the character that I kind of want the most in this banner, which is kind of funny, and that's Bankai Shinji. Shinji is an excellent character to this day, one of the best kits in the entire game. Soul Reaper Killer, power attribute, Captain Strong Attack damage plus 20%, Berserker 20%, confusion on all his attacks, damage to confuse enemies plus 40%. He didn't get devastation, but with the damage to confuse enemies plus 40%, at the very least he's getting a little bit more damage, and if you follow up with strong attacks, then you're getting even more value from that damage to confuse enemies in your special. Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Frenzy, Havoc 20%, Sprinter +1. The only issue that I really have with this character is that Confusion is probably one of the worst status elements in the game as of right now. The enemies don't really get stopped too much. They hurt themselves a little bit when they attack, but whatever. That being said, I don't really think he loses much to it. Like, he has a 3000 length beam, the 960 AoE second, and a 1200 standard full screen third strong attack. Very, very, very good kit. That 3000 length beam, go burr. That 960 sticks it up there. Last but not least, we do have Yamamoto. Damage reduction 16%, Berserker 50%, Brave Battle temporary invincibility plus 10 seconds, Ignore Brave Battle invincibility plus 1. That's interesting that it says plus 1. Bruiser plus 20%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Flurry, Last Ditch 100%, Poise, and Prevent Brave Battle healing. He essentially just completely counters Tsukishima in my opinion. He has Weaken and Burn, so Tsukishima, who is immune to Weaken, can still get burned. Debilitator plus 5 seconds. To go along with that means that Jugrim is going to get smacked the hell up. Brave Battle, temporary invincibility, and Ignore Brave Battle invincibility means that he's going to be the only one who's able to hurt himself. So it's going to be pretty much just Yama versus Yama, and hopefully your Yama takes out their Jugrim and Tsukishima at the same time. I think that this is pretty much the step that they decided to take. I don't think it's the right step. I honestly think Brave Battles is kind of just dead in the water thanks to this. Stern Ritter Killer, so he smacks Jugrim even harder. The Last Ditch, Poise, Flurry, like, this character has literally got it all. He also has immunity to Weaken as well as immunity to Drain, as if it wasn't already a slap in the face to Jugrim and Tsukishima. And he does have Sprinter. I forgot, it's an innate skill. Now, in Arena, he does get damage to all damage to burning enemies plus 20%, which is kind of a waste in my opinion. And that being said, he also is a NAD link, so if you want to run your Masaki with NAD, you can. Standard lunge for strong attack, 800 AoE distance second, and then standard full screen third. No 2500 length beam to snipe soul bombs, so you're going to be relying on Jugrim for that. Weaken and Burn on all of his attacks is actually quite interesting to me. I'm glad that they're bringing it back so soon. I'm not quite glad in the way that they're implementing this. Alright, next on the list we do have Shunsui. Strong attack recharge minus 14%, Inheritance Zone Heart Link Slot Portion plus 5, Berserker 40% to go along with weakening on all of his attacks, which is awesome. No weakening on his special move? Really? Seriously? That's actually kind of weird. Oh, status weakening to the special. Okay, cool. Alright, so there is weakening on the special, it's just not here in the little picture. So weakening to all of his attacks, and he has this kid is so good. Berserker 40%, Debilitator plus 5, weakening on everything, Devastation 40%, Frenzy plus 1, Guard Break, and Havoc 20%. So the Guard Break is going to help just break guard and bypass a lot of damage reduction on the enemies. Now his third strong attack is going to be the 840 1080 AoE distant charge skill. This is going to be actually pretty good. This is the same as 5th anniversary Ichigo. Second strong attack is going to be a 630 crawling vortex that also tracks the enemies. It's going to have a 16-second cooldown with 50 hits. That means that this is going to be pretty much the same as 5th anniversary Byakuya and 6th anniversary Aizen's second strong attack without the initial 960 AoE. That initial 960 AoE, in my opinion, is actually incredibly broken. I think that this strong attack 2 is actually fairly balanced, but still incredibly strong. The first strong attack is also going to be a 3000 length beam. However, it is not the standard one. It is actually the one that 6th anniversary Aizen got. So this one's actually superior by 17% more width, which is really, really good. Nat string, not really that important, but homing vortex, charge skill third. This character is going to hit like a truck. Now I see a lot of people complaining about the charge third. When it comes to farming Inheritance Zone and say you're hosting and you're carrying, this charge third strong attack lets you blast through multiple waves. That's going to be incredibly clutch for like the second to last wave, the second to last room, if not the second to last wave. So you can actually bomb in annoying rooms and then just bomb the final boss room, which is actually pretty good. Overall, I do think that this character is probably the one to go for if you're PvE only. Yamamoto is going to be for Brave Battles. And honestly, if you want to just auto, you also have Jushiro. Normal attack damage plus 20%, Hollow Killer, Speed Attribute Captain, normal attack damage plus 20%, Bruiser plus 60% if you count his soul trait, Berserker 30%, Debilitator plus 2 seconds, Enhancer with a team boost and barrier. Remember what I brought up earlier, I'm like, I wish that it was a boost barrier. He got it. So Flurry, Guard Break, multi-barrier plus 2, which means that he gives himself 5 barriers. I'm not sure if he gives his allies 3. He might. He does get Poise And overall, damn, this character is going to hit like a truck. Now, his nat string is not the same as Masaki or Tokinada's. However, you'll see here that the nat string is the same as characters like Retsu, Byakuya, 6th Anniversary Aizen, and Shunsui. It's not really all that bad of a nat string. It's a little iffy. It does push the enemies back a bit more than Masaki and Tokinada's, which actually can be good if you're not one-shotting them. So for content like IT, I think that Jushiro, I think 3 Jushiros and a Sanosuke might actually be able to auto IT just fine. Maybe even just 1 Jushiro as the tank, and then just run 3 5th Anniversary Byakuyas. Because for those that don't know, like I said, ranged, the AI of ranged units are usually predisposed to actually use their normal attack damage string. So Jushiro actually buffing Byakuya's normal attacks might actually be pretty good for content like IT co-op. I know it might sound a little weird, but I mean it is what it is, because you're also getting the boost and you're getting a barrier. I think that Jushiro is going to be essential for autoing IT consistently. He also has a drain on all of his attacks except for his barrier boost, which means that he actually can self-heal. That alone is incredible for just straight up autoing. It's so good. And you have drain on a stick to use his ultimate if you want to pop that. He is also one of the few units to actually use for ranged hollow boost, which if I click here, type in boost special types, you'll see here for ranged hollow, boom, we actually only have 3 options if you include Jushiro, and Jushiro is by far the best option. Sapporo is a team healer, so he will actually only boost when he's trying to heal, and Tatsuki, oh hell no. Hell no. But yeah, going into the individual banners, we do have Sapporo, Momo, and Makoto. And this, to me, is so funny because I see a lot of people crapping on this banner. Makoto might be bad to veteran players. Sapporo might be bad for veteran players. But this banner for new players is actually pretty damn busted. You have Jushiro, one of the best auto units in the entire game. Sapporo, who's a crystal link, so very good consolation prize. Momo, who is the link slot potion unit for power potions, and Makoto, who's actually he has lacerate on his first, no, he has lacerate on like what, all of his attacks? Yeah, this is a bleed damage. Like, this is pretty good for content like this is pretty good for content like Senkaimon, where there are boss stages and if you don't have the characters to follow the rules by, characters like Makoto, Soifon, and all these characters with lacerate, poison, and burn might actually be pretty good for players who just don't have a really big roster. So honestly, I don't think that this individual is that bad. I do understand why people are not going to want to summon on this. That's fine. But if you're new to the game and you're missing all these characters, which there are a lot of new people, this banner is probably going to be the go-to. This one, as well as Shunsui, just for the link slot potion skill, and then you also have Nell, who's good for IT, Yoruichi, who's good for Espada week, and Renji, who's good for what is Renji that great for? He has an Espada killer. Oh yeah, so he's also an Espada killer type unit. Yeah, I don't really like the Yoruichi or Renji for new players. The Nell and the Shunsui are good, and Yamamoto's banner also is pretty damn good too. You have Desert Society Yoruichi, who's a melee Soul Reaper booster, and then you have Ginrei and Ginzuru. Ginzuru's pretty good, Yoruichi's pretty good, Ginrei's eh, and then you have Yamamoto. Honestly, when it comes to the individual banners, I do think that Jushiro's is probably the best value for new players. And then I also think that Shunsui and Jushiro together for the people who actually need Link Slot Potion Plus units, you can't really go wrong with either of these banners unless Caleb decides you're not worthy of either of the main banner units. That being said, I'd really rather recommend summoning on the actual main banner and just hoping for the best. Keep in mind that this is a 7-step banner, so we're not going to be able to get like 25 to 30 steps like we did with the Arpo Kichigo banner or the previous banners before. So just be very wary about where your orbs go. Overall, I do think that this banner is definitely like a must summon, especially if you're missing a lot of these characters. I personally have everything here, and I'm still very excited to summon here because I would love to get dupes of Shunsui, Grimmjow, Sanosuke, Shunsui, Kisuke, and I would love to get myself a copy of Yamamoto, Shunsui, or Jushiro. Or Kimpachi. I wouldn't mind dupes of Kimpachi. At least that way when I'm getting carried, my character can be remotely useful. But either way, I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys grind on, catch up him, and stay blessed. Let me know in the comments below how deep y'all plan to go in on these banners, and do you plan to go in on the individuals? Like I said, the individuals, I'm not saying that this is the best individual banner for beginners. I'm just saying I can see the value here, right? Like the Crystal Link, okay. Consolation prize, I would not play with this character. He's literally a Link, okay. Makoto, pretty good for Senkaimon. Momo, Link Slot Potion unit. Jushiro, one of the best auto units in the game. And he's gonna be a pain in the ass in something in content like Arena. He's gonna be good in Brave Battles, because I remember if he got, I believe he got Poise too. Yeah, he got Poise too, so he's gonna be good in Brave Battles. You have literally a barrier unit with a barrier boost unit. You literally have a barrier boost unit. Okay, cool. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now he's gonna get smacked up by Yamamoto, but I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys grind on, catch up with him, stay blessed, like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.